Hi, howdy, and hello. It's time for another Best in Beauty Awards with a country fair theme. Today we are looking at different kinds of makeup. We're going to start with primers and work our way through the list from there. In the primers department, it looks like we have two that we're going to say thank you for participating. And then it looks like we have a bunch of blue ribbon winners. Oh, wow. This one from Farrah's. It's an eyeshadow primer. It was gooey, it was gloppy, it was funky after about one or two uses. Thanks for trying, but nope, didn't make the grade on this one. The Professional didn't make the grade either. It felt like I was rubbing silicone plastic all over my face. Not for me. For some people, hey, maybe great. For us, nope. This one does not get anything other than a thanks for trying, maybe another time. Now here, and yes, I've got my notes taped to the back of it, is a primer from Clarins. This was amazing. Yes, this was. It was light. There was no scent to it. It even had a little moisturizer built into it, and it wasn't sticky. And it may have also had a little bit of a color corrector in there. So this is the Clarins SOS Primer. Blue ribbon. Blue ribbon for the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This one is seemingly hard to find nowadays. We'd had it a while and got it used before it went bad. And I'm not big on sticky primers. This was not sticky because that was one of my concerns. Marshmallows are sticky. With that kind of a name, I was concerned. This blue ribbon, not sticky. The scent was lovely. So definite winner there. Anne is enjoying the Skin Ink Glow Filter for her. Yes, and I like the way that the container shows you how much is left. The bottom scoots up as you use it. It's a little bit on the silicone side, yet not overly heavy in that department. It goes on light. It's not sticky. It's not gloopy. It's not gloppy. Blue ribbon for Skin Ink. And one more blue ribbon for the Paul and Joe. This is primer with, I think, perhaps a little bit of foundation mixed in. And definite blue ribbon here. It gives you a nice, smooth, I don't want to say pale, yet it smooths everything out so you have a nice clean coat to start with. Oh yes, this is a good one. Blue ribbon here. Next we are moving into foundations and skin tints, and I'm losing my hat. Oops. There you go. And interestingly enough, we have one that might get a third place ribbon, and all the others are blue winners. Hey, blue winners and one not so good. That's not bad. Yeah. So our bottom of the barrel comes from Fenty Beauty. This is a soft matte foundation. The shade is pleasant enough. It worked great for my skin tone, especially during the winter when I tend to be a little on the pale side. The shade is 150, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, this is 150. This stuff eats blush. I tried different blushes because I thought, well, maybe it's a powder blush versus a liquid or a cream. Didn't matter what the blush was. This stuff eats blush. So part of me wants to say bottom of the barrel. Part of me wants to say, because the shade was nice, it gets a third place ribbon. What do you think? Have you ever tried this brand? Let us know down below, because I'm a nosy camel. From Tarte, we have an Amazonian Clay Foundation. Oh yes, hello, this was a great one. Yes, it was. And again, the shade is kind of what you see there, maybe a tidge darker. The light might be making it, the ring light might be making it a little lighter, but for me, this was a good shade. It was in 1,4N Ivory. Definitely enjoyed this one. And I'm not a big foundation person. I kind of like a skin tint better. Yet, this was a nice one. From Cali Ray, we have I think they called it Free Dreaming Skin Tint. And this is in the shade 1. And that's what it looks like for shade reference over here, for shade reference. A nice light shade. You do have to remember, shake it up before you use it. I've enjoyed this one, and what I've done with this one is get it on or put a little on a brush or a beauty sponge and then add in some of this nice e.l.f. bronzing drops. The two of them work very nicely in conjunction with each other. Gives a good bronzy color without being overly dark. And another blue ribbon winner is from Tarte. This is the Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. The shade is 25B Light Medium Beige. And that is accurate to what you get. I've enjoyed this one. And it applies well both with beauty sponge and with brush. I've tried it with both. So blue ribbon over here. That was a good crop of foundations or skin tint. Yes, as I said, I tend to gravitate, I think, a little more towards the skin tint. This was a good group that we had. If you've tried any, let us know. And now we're going to move right along. And moving next into concealers and under eye brighteners. Oh, we have a collection here. Let us know if you've tried any of these. First up from Ciate London, it was in the shade Light. This was an under eye brightening. It might have been good for 1 or 2 uses, but for the most part, it just turned into a goopy, gloppy mess. So I'm giving it sort of a 3rd place. I don't know if maybe it heated in transit and didn't settle back down correctly, or if that's just its formula, but I was not impressed with this one. So 3rd place for you. This was, and yes, I've got my notes stuck to the back of it. This was from Tarte. It's a Shape Tape concealer. It's in the shade Sunbeam. The shade was pleasant enough, yet I found it to be more liquidy than what my preference is. So I'm giving it a 3rd place ribbon. It was nice to try. It's not my preference. It's too runny and liquidy for me. This next item is from Pink Lips. It's a contour stick. And I'm giving it I'm going to be generous and say I'm giving it 2nd place. This was my first attempt with a contour stick, so some of this could be user error. It was either too much or not enough. I couldn't find a happy medium. So I don't know if contour sticks maybe aren't my thing or if I just need more practice, but this one I either got too much or not enough. And what was the shade on here? Latte. So the brand is Pink Lips, and the shade is Latte. This is a Fenty Beauty eye brightener in Golden Ivory. The shade was great. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully it comes through what the shade is. The shade was great. The applicator was the problem, and that's where this is sort of getting a second to third place award from us. The applicator dished out either too much or not enough, and more than likely it was too much. And I would try to, then put it out on the back of my hand or somewhere where I could pick it up with a brush, and then it was too liquidy, and then it was not enough, and then it was messy, and then it was goopy, and then it was gloppy, and then I had to wash my hand off because I put it on my hand because I couldn't put it directly on my face, and one thing after the other, and this just didn't work out for me. The shade wasn't bad. The shade did give some under eye brightening, but the process was a pain in the, yeah. This next one, I can never remember. This is supposed to be LYS or KYS. It's hard for me to tell the brand. Sorry about that out there. But from a functional standpoint, this definite blue ribbon. This got the job done and then some. Is there a shade? Is there a shade? LP4. Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. Yes, I would repurchase this if I didn't have a drawer full waiting for me to try. I would repurchase this. It was a definite winner. It did the job it set out to do. Blue ribbon over here, even though I can never get the name right. Rodial Peach Lowlighter. Oh yes, blue ribbon over here. This was a definite winner, and I think I'm losing my hat. Whoops, let's get the hat back in place. There we go. Yes, this definite blue ribbon over here, I would highly recommend this one. This is from Rodial and easy to work with, not gloppy, not gloopy, not glumpy, not too liquidy. Just right. And does it have a shade? No, I think it just is Peach Lowlighter. And another blue ribbon to the concealer from Yensa. This is in Light. Goes on easily, doesn't make a mess. There's some skincare in here. Very nice. It says, according to the box, where did it go? Find the right language. The Power of Bee, black tea, black sesame oil, shiitake mushroom, black seaweed, chia seed, black raspberry, nettle, and black rice. Yes, Yensa has a winner here. Oh yes, blue ribbon winner over here. Yep. Now pig. Stay up there, piggy pig pig. If anyone remembers last year, piggy pig, pig 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 had a hot end, should we say. And moving into our next category, which is blushes and other fun things. And we have to give a blue ribbon shout out to the Freck OG. Oh yeah, this is a fun one. There's lots of different fake freckle products out there. This is the one that I've been using, and I'm going to scoot up and let's see if the pig will stay put. My little freckles today are really not her own. Okay, I'm trying to get this up here so you can see what is left of it. And this was from Super Shock Cheek. It was in the shade Wisp. It was a bronzing highlighter. I hit pan. It had also finally dried out. This is a good one. If you can get your hands on this, if they still have it, this is a good one. blue ribbon over here. From Beau Babe Beauty in Blushing Blush, I would give this a second place ribbon. It took a little extra to apply, which, okay, it's nice to have something buildable, yet with the first couple of swipes, I'd like to get some color. So this one, not my favorite, yet still a nice color, and it is buildable. This is Lovecraft Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Cosmic. I think that's what it said. Did it say Cosmic? No, it said Mercury, because it's a liquid cosmic blush. Oh, that's confusing. Yeah. The shade was nice. For a liquid blush, I was impressed. I was expecting this to not show up. Very nice with one application, and if you wanted more, you certainly can build more, but first application, very nice. Give this a blue ribbon. Yay! This is a NARS blush in the shade that everybody knows. It was a fun one. It's got a nice gold shimmer built in there. Yeah, that gets a blue ribbon from us. Yeah. It surprised me because this had been floating around ad nauseum, and I was figuring, well, I'm glad I finally tried it. It was worth it. It's gotten past its prime, so it's time for it to go, but it was a fun one. This is Jeffree Star's Icy Execution, and it's a blush and a highlighter built into one. And I'm only giving this a second place. That's surprising. Yeah, that's surprising. When I first started with it, you could swirl your brush around and get blush and highlighter. After a few uses, it was difficult to get the blush out of there, but you could go in and you could probably kind of see where I've scraped at it with brushes, get a nice highlighter out of it. So this one didn't work out quite like I thought it would. That's why it's getting a second place, but the color was nice both with the blush and the highlighter. St. Luxe Liquid Glow Highlighter worked great for one use, and then it dried up. Now, granted, I was not using it every day, yet I would expect that in a week's time frame, it wouldn't dry up. So I don't know if I can even give this one a third place. I might give this a thanks for trying bottom of the barrel. The Manna Kadar product also gave us the same issue of drying up after one use. Now, this is stated it can be everything from highlighter to eyeshadow to bronzer. I don't think this is a bronzer, but it worked great once, and then Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. And I am enjoying this. That's what I'm wearing today. Both the blush and the highlighter. It's easy to work with. I was concerned that the blush was going to be thick and gloppy and gloopy. It's easy to work with. Very pleased with this one. So blue ribbon over here, and she's still got, I think, a little more time before I need to put her out to greener pastures. So we're going to try to use up a little more of this one before I open up a new blush. Blue ribbon over here. What you thinking so far? You hanging in there with us? We know this is a long one. Lots of makeup. And for our last category in the makeup department, we need to hit mascara. We're not doing any eyeshadow in this video. I'm hoping to have a big swatch party later on in the summer, so stay tuned for that. In the mascara department, primer. I find for my lashes, primer is a definite necessity. And I've got two that I really like. One is from Tarte. I only have the box. I don't know what happened to the actual primer. This is White Lash Primer, Tarte Volume Boosting Primer, Opening Act. This definitely makes it easier to get mascara off my lashes without making me feel like I'm pulling off my lashes. And I don't do the false eyelash thing, although I do have some that I might try because it's magnetic. It says we shall see. The other primer was from Too Faced, Better Than, and it was another good primer. And I gotta say, this container has some heft to it. So both of these primers are getting blue ribbons. The Tarte was my ride or die. It now has a companion. I dabbled a little bit with tubing mascaras, and you don't need a primer with them, although we have seen primers for tubing mascaras. I had the Jeffree Star, and this is blue, and this is a KVD, this one, and it was black, and these were both tubing mascaras. I'm giving them both blue ribbons. I might be, if I don't poke my eye out, flapping this thing around, I'm leaning, without losing a pig up there, towards, yeah, these are pretty neat. So tubing mascaras are starting to work their way into my repertoire. How about you? Which do you prefer, regular or tubing? Let us know, let us know. I gave the Physicians Formula a try. It seemed a little on the dry side, so I'm gonna give it a second place because it may have just been a little bit older. I got this out of an advent calendar, and I question also when that advent calendar really was put together. But it was interesting to try. Not my favorite. I don't like a big fat fluffy caterpillar wand, so not my favorite, but it wasn't horrendous either. I'd say maybe a second, maybe a third place, somewhere in there. Then there was the Huda Beauty One Brush, One Dip, One Coat. That's what it says on there. I want to add one mess. Yeah, this was one mess. This is what they say that's what the wand looks like. It has different sides for different functions. This was just one big gooey, gloppy mess. I can't even give it a third place. So I'm going to give it a honorable mention. It was fun to try, but not for me. Wet n Wild Mega Volume. I had heard via the grapevine that this was not the greatest brand, that it was just a cheap. Well, for me, it worked well. Now, granted, I'm using it mostly inside for recording purposes. I don't wear mascara out a lot. So maybe that's why I'm not out in the elements. I'm not out in humid weather. But I was impressed. I would give this at least a second place ribbon. I might even give this a blue ribbon. I was impressed. And the big blue ribbon goes to this Tarte product. And I will say it worked well in conjunction with the Tarte primer, which I would expect the two to work well in concert with each other. So Tarte, lights, camera, lashes. Yes. Bigger, fuller lashes. Definitely a blue ribbon on this one, even though the brush was a bit on the fat, fluffy caterpillar side, and that's not Anne's favorite size of brush. This worked well. I would recommend this one if you haven't tried it already. Wow, that was a video. Yes, that was. Thank you, everyone, for sticking it out. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Thank you for watching. We got lots of fun videos coming up this summer. You don't want to miss out. And the pig stayed in place. I think the pig stayed up there. Yep, pig's still up there. We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you in another video. Bye-bye.